We have a shocking Red Sox trade update on outfielder Jarren Duran, as this is absolutely insane what is coming out about him and the plans for him and the Boston Red Sox heading into the 2026 MLB season. Welcome to Red Sox Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you hanging out with us here on this Friday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're looking for coverage of the Boston Red Sox throughout the entire offseason, we've got you covered, so go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. We've got a lot to talk about today here on Jarren Duran, so let's go to our first report. This comes from the Detroit Times, and we're going to kind of go along this report all day, so let's talk about it. The Red Sox are reportedly likely to move on from outfielder Jarren Duran this winter, per Jim Bowden, GM. The Tigers are mentioned as a team that, quote, would love to land him, end quote. Jarren Duran has long been one of my favorite players on the Boston Red Sox, but if you didn't see this coming, well then I don't know what to tell you. His name was being floated around in trade rumors throughout the entirety of last season before the trade deadline, and there were some people that believed the Red Sox should have traded him after his All-Star Game MVP season, in which his WAR was really good. And of course, this season was not as good as that year, but I think there was a lot of high expectations, and he still performed to a very high caliber of play. But looks like his time might be done in Boston. We go to a report here from the Athletics Jim Bowden and kind of go to his entire quote on the situation. He says this: I'm not sure I understand why the Red Sox keep listening to offers for Duran outside of the fact they envision their future outfield as Wilyer, Abreu in right field, Ceddanne, Rafaele in center field, and Roman Anthony in left. He continues on to say, why not keep Duran for DH? Or better yet, why not let all four outfielders rotate between the outfield and DH? Regardless, Duran's name keeps coming up in trade rumors, and it now sounds like the Red Sox will move on from him this winter, end quote. So, if you can read in between the lines here, the Athletics Jim Bowden, he's saying, I don't know why the Red Sox want to trade Jarren Duran so bad. And for a lot of intensive purposes, I get what he's saying, because if the Red Sox, if it was that easy, hey, we got four outfielders, we're going to rotate them through our DH and have them play different positions, then it'd be that simple. But if you, as a Red Sox fan, really dig deep and understand that the Red Sox want to have a clear-cut outfield, and for as long as they have all four outfielders who legitimately all deserve to be starters, then it's a question mark, because you have Masataka Yoshida, and what are you going to do with his contract? You have so much like question marks, and yet you're sitting here wondering, what do you do with all of them? Now, Jarren Duran, he had a good season this season. I'm not going to sit here and act like this season was a bad one, and I think everybody who tries to sit here and say that the season was a bad one for Jarren Duran needs to reevaluate, because yes, was it not as good as his 2024 season? No, but at the same time, that was a career year for him. That was one of the years, that was like his first year he was fully healthy and fully on the team, and he played in 160 games. We're not going to talk about why he didn't play 162, but he played 160 games. This year he didn't play as much, and it was widely impacted because he just wasn't as good against lefties this season. And he looked abysmal in the playoff series, and I understand that. And the play that happened in left field that Aaron Judge hit right to him, he should have caught it. And he'll be the first one to tell you, he should have caught it. But just because of one series, I don't think we can undermine the value of Jarren Duran. And so if you look at the stats, as I mentioned, from this year to the previous year, his batting average was 285, it was 256 this season. So a good 30 points down, or around that area. His on-base percentage, though, 342 last year, 332 this year. Walked a lot more. Slugging, 492, 442. A little bit different there. His OPS was definitely higher, 834, 774. But the big stat everybody points to is his WAR. It was 8.7 last year. It was 4.6 in this season. The WAR is the one that everybody points to for the simple fact of that is the, quote, baseball stat. WAR is wins above replacement. And so that takes in your batting, it takes in your defense, it takes in where you're playing on the field, it takes in so many analytics, and that's why it's such a key stat. But the point that I look at with that is, yeah, was his WAR lower? For sure. He wasn't playing every day. That's step number one. He wasn't playing in center field, which I would argue he's a better center fielder than left field. Now, Am I going to say he's better than Ceddanne? Not even a question. Ceddanne should be playing in center field every single day. However, Jarren Duran is a better center fielder than he is in left. So playing him in left with the monster, it seemed wrong. And the question everybody asks is, okay, why Jarren Duran? Why not Wilyer Abreu? Why not trade him? He had a tough year this year too. And while I agree with you, the stipulation that I put against you, and it's really not my thought process, but the way the Red Sox have seen this, is that they have consistently told us that Jarren Duran is not a part of their long-term deal. They have gone to arbitration with him recently. They have not said the same things about him this year as they did in the year prior. Alex Cora said if you want to be a baseball player, you want to be like Jarren Duran. Not this season. And Wilyer, he's younger, a little bit more on the contract. You feel like you like his defense and arm better. I'm not saying that he is the better choice overall, but for the Red Sox purposes, he's the right choice for them. I want to ask the question to you, though, and I want to pose this in the right way of who would you rather trade or would you rather keep both? Do you want the Red Sox to move on from Jarren Duran or Wilyer Abreu this offseason? If you'd like for the Red Sox to move from Jarren Duran, then type J. If you want them to move on from Wilyer Abreu, then type W. And if you're thinking, why are we even having this conversation? Why in the world are we talking about trading either of these guys? Then I want you to type in for neither. I'm in the middle. I understand the processes of knowing that you are going to have to figure out this outfield, but there's another way to do that. And so we go back to Jim Bowden's article, which he says, teams such as the Phillies, Dodgers, Tigers, Guardians, and Rangers would love to land him. He also is controllable through the 2028 season, so it would take a huge haul for the Red Sox to move him, end quote. This is where the report takes a turn for me, because in the original part of this, he said that the Red Sox are going to be moving on from Jarren Duran. That's the goal. But then he goes to say it's going to take a big haul to move on from Jarren Duran. So in that case scenario, if the Red Sox don't get a good haul, are they still content on keeping him? Or are they going to take what they can get? I don't really know the answer to that, and that's where I'm like, I don't know how much to dive into it. And the Red Sox are a very cut-off organization. A lot of stuff they do, it's not something that you see a lot. So I guess I end off with this. Here is the outfield kind of... Oh, I guess I don't have it. Well, either way, the outfield for the Boston Red Sox this season. You have Jarren Duran, Roman Anthony, Wilyer Abreu. Other options, Christian Campbell. You also have Nate Eaton, Masataka Yoshida. I mean, there's John Hingston Garcia. The outfield, you have 4 guys who could be starters, but you have about 7 guys that legitimately could be on the roster. I don't know what they want to do. I know that their plan is to definitely not keep all of them. But I understand what they want. I understand that the purpose of all this is to move on from somebody. If it's Jarren Duran, it sucks because I want to keep him. I do. But he may not be the one the Red Sox want to keep. We'll have to wait and see. I think I make this video to say, prepare yourself. Red Sox Nation, prepare yourself. Because it legitimately could be the last time we saw Jarren Duran on the field was in the Bronx. For the Red Sox, at least. It stinks because of what he did for this organization, how hard he plays, how much he cares, how good of a teammate he is to a lot of people, but we don't always get to see the ins and outs, and maybe we're not seeing stuff that maybe the Red Sox see. So we'll let that be the way we look at it, and we'll keep you updated on the latest on Jarren Duran, whether or not he's going to be traded, who will be traded to, and everything in between. So we appreciate you hanging out with us. We hope you have a great rest of your Friday. We'll see you next time here on Red Sox Digest. Peace out, guys.